Hey everyone, Happy New Year, crypto miners and everyone listening. This is Mary. I'm back for more AMAs this year. And today we have the honor to have the founder of DxSale here, Mr. Hash. How are you doing, Mr. Hash?
Hey, thanks for having me, Mary. And yeah, Happy New Year's to everyone.
Great. Happy to have you here. How was your Christmas and New Year? Did you work or were you
No,
off?
no, it was a good time to, relax and focus on, the team was very busy focusing on the bugs. So it was a bit of both.
Ah, okay. All right. So, but you are ready to take this new year to new heights then, I hope, with DxSale.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's great. So today's project presentation is, as I said, from DxSale, the leading decentralized launchpad and token services protocol, and it's built on 16 chains. Not
Yeah,
bad.
our focus was always been multi-chain. We believe in a future where there's no one chain to rule them all. So I think a lot of different chains is gonna have different market segments.
Yeah.
Polygon is already starting to be that social media NFT blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Reddit is using them a lot. And now Facebook, Instagram, they're hopping on the same Polygon NFT infrastructure that Reddit is using. So I
Yeah.
think I think the future is very multi-chain, and I think we wanted to just make sure that we represent a unbiased approach to our decentralized launchpad through showcasing all the different chains we have. So V4 is a bit about that too.
Yeah, we're going to talk about V4, your big update that's happened today, right? You were launching that today, or was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday, and we have a lot of marketing in plan to try and get more exposure of the platform to get people more educated
Mm-hmm.
about the platform. I think there's a lot of people that don't know we kind of exist, even though we were the one who kind of started this whole segment, this whole industry of decentralized launchpad.
Yeah, let's
Um,
go back there a little bit and maybe also present yourself, Hash, as when did you start with crypto and why and what makes you passionate about crypto? And
yeah,
then
absolutely. I
when you started this project.
Yeah, I think I was working at a bank. So I'm from Toronto, everyone. And I was working at a bank, and my job at the bank, and this is around 2015.
Okay.
Um, my job was to research Bitcoin and blockchain
Ah.
and come up with use cases about blockchain that can be utilized within the banking system. So there was a bit of buzz around this Bitcoin stuff. Not a lot of people believed in it. It was very scammy stuff, but I had the privilege and honor to really dig into the blockchain stuff and see the value in it. And from there, I kind of started to understand uh, cryptocurrencies
Mm-hmm.
at that point in time. And then I started dabbling in it in early 2017, where I met Dennis as well, who's also the co-founder of DxSale. So I built the long-lasting friendships, through, all these different communities that I was part of. So I was in crypto uh, for a very long time. And in 2017, there was a lot of ICOs that were happening, and I've been scammed quite frequently as well as anyone who's been in 2017
Yeah.
era.
I think
Um,
everyone
and
in here
then
has been scammed once or more.
yeah, yeah. So we had that big run up end of 2017 to 20K, where the BTC fund came out. And then the next 2 years were a bit down, and then it started ramping up again. And this time it was a bit different. This time it was not ICOs, it was more IDO. Everyone called it IDOs. Uniswap was, solved a big problem. You don't need to be on an exchange. You don't need to go on Ether Delta to try and somehow find a way to sell your coins that you bought in an ICO. There's liquidity now, and it's very easy for people to trade. So Uniswap solved a big problem here. And what Dennis and I and the other co-founders, we started noticing there's another problem. The same problem we had in 2017. It was people were setting up shops in Telegram and they were trying to raise money, send money here, and then they would just leave. They would just pack up, and delete the group, and that's it. So we wanted to solve the problem right then and there. And our way of solving it was, let's create a really nice user experience for anyone to create a pre-sale, an IDO, that automatically locks liquidity so that at least the dev cannot rug pull. Uh, that was our starting point to try and mitigate a lot of risk for people who are looking to invest early on these like speculative coins. And that
So,
gave us
so, so you
a
can
lot
say
of
that
success.
you being scammed led to a good thing, like DxSale.
Yeah, yeah, I think great entrepreneurs are always trying to solve problems. They don't choose to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
entrepreneurs, they just see problems that they are tired of and they just take action. And I
yeah.
think it was just one of those things. We weren't expecting DxSale to be as big as it became. Uh,
And you were first.
yeah, we were first. We launched in August. No, we launched the pre-sale in August 2020, and then we launched the platform in November, December of 2020. So we've
Yeah,
been live for 2 years now. And I think the main thing is, um, we wanted to build a tool that we would be proud of using. We were expecting one pre-sale or one IDO per month. And we ended up getting like over, you know, 300 a month, right?
oh,
So that's the power of having automated, decentralized, really good user experience platform. You don't have to keep an eye on it. It does everything for you. And I think
yeah.
that's the power of blockchain is when you have
That shows
smart
that you were
contracts.
needed, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
many took
Yeah.
advantage.
There's a lot of people looking to make shitcoins, I guess. But yeah, I think there's a lot of power in taking smart contracts and connecting it with different automation tools and user experience. Um, and I think we're just getting started. I think blockchain and crypto industry as a whole is still very young,
Yeah,
from where I look at it. So I think this is a great opportunity for everyone to learn a little bit more about different projects and the value they bring over the long period of time. And I think that's what DX Sale has been trying to do, especially now in the past year, is focus a bit more on a 5 year and a 10-year vision based off the treasury that we have. So, we can talk about that as well later.
yeah. So how big is the team behind DxL now? You mentioned another person who is a co-founder. So are you more in the core team, or how many people are working with you?
Yeah, we have a very small team, and that's by design. We want to scale up in a way that's sustainable over a long period of time, and we want to build high performing teams. And building high performing in-house team does take a lot of time versus trying to hire contractors and delegating it to third parties. So right now we have five co-founders, um, each bring different skill sets from engineering. I'm more of a product manager. Again, my whole job was a bit more about use case and finding value in blockchain technology use cases that are viable. Um, So we have five co-founders. We have two developers at the moment only. We're looking to hire, but we want to build a high-performing DxSale team. And then we have a lot of CMs and sales rep, about 10, I believe. Um, and we have a separate team working on NFT brawlers. So one of the biggest things that we did in 2022 uh, was rebrand to something called DX only, just DX. And DX is basically a an umbrella company, and DxSale is a product. So we have DX Mint, DxSale, and DX Lock, and that's kind of the original product that we started with back in November 2022. Now we're starting to branch out into the NFT space and looking at finding more use cases, more problems that we see in the space that we are looking to solve, especially when the next bull run comes. And one of the big problems that we see uh, is around NFTs, lack of use cases for NFTs, lack of utilities in NFTs, and how can we address that problem? And
So
that's
you're bringing out your own series of NFTs now, right? Soon,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. What we're doing is we're trying to facilitate all of the NFTs in the world by building an interoperable multi-chain game that allows you to bring your NFTs so you can play the game.
Oh,
Um,
whichever NFT I have, I can bring it.
yeah, exactly. We try to, that's the problem that we see that we want to solve. Is again, we don't want to build something that already exists. We're very
Mm.
like, we're not really in the
You're
game
more
of trying to
innovative.
make, yeah, we're focused more on innovation and we're focused more on trying to push the boundaries of blockchain technology. So we're trying our best uh to give life to every NFTs out there that, maybe a project owner has stopped caring about it. There's no utility around it, and we can provide a free utility by connecting to the game. And, our motto is, we're gonna try to make utility through the game.
Mm. Yeah, there are enough copycats out there to do it in
Yeah,
in all the ways. So yeah, it's good.
yeah,
Good. I like when people try to find new ways, and because that's what's bring everything forward, right? Copycats doesn't really bring anything forward, do they?
yeah, yeah,
Or maybe they can too. Look at
yeah.
Google, for instance. They were like a copycat, but
Yeah, I think that's just how the community has become, and then the most important thing is, there's a lot of people who have copied DxO as well, but at the end of the day, I think it's good overall for the industry. It helps the industry
yeah,
grow.
you're
Yes,
right.
yes, they're copying and then they build on top. As long as they're building on top, I think it's fair game. But I think there needs to be um some level of accountability. What really, I think we need to set standards because regulators are now starting to come in as well because of all of the shitty things that, Luna has done and FTX and all of that stuff has happened. So I think, I think there needs to be a little bit more accountability for project owners, that do a lot of copying and it's getting ridiculous, I think. Um, There needs to be a bit more accountability.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too. To be taken serious, maybe it's needed. But there's good that there's both. I mean, we both have centralized and decentralized, so people can choose if they want
Yeah,
to be.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you said that you have four different, you have DX Launch, DX Mint, DX Lock, and DX Drop. Do you want to elaborate more on each one of them, what they are and how they can help
Sure,
projects?
sure. DX Mint is, a simple way to create different type of tokens. You can create a standard token, a burn token, a liquidity generating token, um, and you have something like the baby token. that you can create, and you can create them across 16 chains easily, very easily, just filling out a form, and it's all on chain. DxSale is our kind of the flagship product that we're known for. Um, it's a very simple way for anyone to create their pre-sale. There's different type of pre-sales that we have. We have the standard pre-sale, we have the fair launch, we have the overflow, which is a new one that came in version 4, and we have different tools associated with the pre-sale. Project owners can create videos, banners, promotions. We give out free marketing tools as well as free AMAs, and we just try to make the Launchpad, the crowd sale space a little bit more available to everyone in the world. That's kind of our objective because we've had a lot of struggle trying to raise money ourselves as entrepreneurs. So our goal was always to try to help the little guys, and that's what the DxSale platform was always supposed to be about. Um,
Let's stay there a little bit, because that's where you started also. Exactly. That's the launch is what started this DX
yeah,
project, right?
yeah.
And how who can launch a project? I mean, you have 16 chains, so those 16 chains, you have to be on one of those, I guess. And then what other criteria are there for a project to be launched on
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
chains?
so when we were starting out, we noticed at that time there were a lot of centralized launchpads. People needed to stake to contribute. People need to fill out a Google form, send a deck, a pitch deck to the company to get listed on the platform, right? We wanted to make sure that things were as open as possible, no barriers at all. So anyone in the world can come in and create a pre-sale. There's no vetting at all on our side. And for people who are contributing or looking to invest, there's also no need for you to stake or anything like that to participate. So it's pretty much permissionless. It's like the Uniswap of Launchpad is what I like to call it. It's really much up to you, but you need to do your due diligence. You need to do your own research. There's a lot of scams out there, and we do provide a lot of scanning tools for users so they can better do their research. There's pie charts of uh, how many of the tokens are they keeping for themselves versus how much are locked, how much is for the pre-sale to give you
So
a
is
better
there a
idea.
rating system that people easy can find out which ones are most safe, maybe, or have
Uh,
done
we
most of
we
the
I think
things
we
that you
did.
provide?
I think we had a rating system in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
from 1 to 10. And a lot of users didn't like it because project owners were feeling they were getting flooded because of the rating system. So
Ah,
that's
okay.
that's the challenging part is
Uh-huh.
as a launchpad, as a decentralized launchpad, you have to figure out a way to find a balance between project owners and project contributors. Project contributors
Yeah.
are looking to get quick information real quick, uh, that let them decide whether they want to continue researching this or not. And then the project owners, they want to be able to get a lot of exposure as possible from their listing on DxSale without getting any fraud. So it's a
Much
very
hype as
delicate.
possible. But
Yeah,
but you
exactly.
said also that you mentioned in the beginning, I think, that you provide a lock then, the DX lock, I presume, to so they can like that's also safe because they lock liquidity and they can't right touch it for a while
Yeah,
then.
yeah. Our main objective was to get rid of rug pulls, and the best way to do that
Mm-hmm.
was to automatically lock the liquidity after the soft cap has been reached for a pre-sale.
Mm-hmm.
So at least, even if I think at the end of the day, right, like we didn't lock our pre-sale liquidity but it all came down to intentions. We had good intentions to be in the space for long term. We didn't go anywhere. Even if someone locks for 6 months, if their intentions is to not try it, they're not gonna try it. There's nothing you can do about it. And a lot of people in cryptocurrency who invest in a lot of these speculative coins, uh, they understand that, and it's becoming more and more like a pump and dump game, which is a bit sad. Uh, but going back to my point, I think at least it's good that we have 6 months to sell our coins rather than not selling at all. I think that was our justification for DxLock, and I think it saved a lot of people a lot of money to do that.
Okay. So let's say I have a token. I want to launch the Mary token. I always bring this example up. The Mary token might soon come to life for real. Who knows? No, just kidding. The Mary token. I don't have to come to you or do anything. I can just use your tool, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
And I
we
don't even
have
have to have a contract. You can do the contract for me as well.
it does everything under the hood, and it's 1 month free, so you can actually do it for free for 1 month. I think all of January will be free because of V4.
Oh yeah, that's because of now the V4, free mint, free to lock, free to list. Yeah, for 1 month. And that
Yeah.
starts today or yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. So you guys are free to try out the tools, tell us what you think about it, where improvements can be made, all of that stuff.
Cool. Let's make Mary token.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll be your community manager, all right?
Oh, thank you. I feel this is gonna come soon to launch. Anyway, let's move on. So what can you offer me then? How can you help me bring the Mary token to the world?
Yeah,
What's
we
included
have.
in the price and what is the price? Let's say it like that.
Yeah, right now it's free. I think if it wasn't pre
Yeah.
free, I think it depends on the chain. So like because BNB chain gets used the most in terms of these type of pre-sales, I think the
Mm-hmm.
price on BNB is higher and we ask for native tokens. So it could be like zero point 0.1 BNB on BSC chain, and then if you go to Polygon, it might be like 1 Polygon or 10 Polygon, depending on what the prices are. So it's
So
very
it's not
like
that expensive, let's say.
it's not it's not that expensive, and I think the reason why people think twice about us is because we take 2% tokens. Um, and the reason why
Okay.
people are very like uh project owners are very like careful about choosing us is because they think we're going to dump their token into the market because that's what
And do
like
you?
we don't. We actually have a DAO. So we actually have created a DAO that receives the tokens, and that DAO is not able to sell the tokens 100%. Like it has a limit. It has a max limit per day of like 2%.
So you
Uh,
must have so many tokens then
yeah,
that you sit on.
we have so many tokens that we sit on, and it's probably worthless, and that's okay. Um, and I think the reason for that is again we wanted to believe in a lot of projects for long term. We were hoping that we
Hmm.
would be getting a lot of quality projects, once a month that would try to sustain themselves for 5 or 10 years.
But when you say 2%, is it 2% of the raised
Yeah,
money
two
and
percent of the
or
raise,
2% of the whole supply of the tokens?
2% of the raise tokens um, is how much we take, and two
Sorry, you cut
percent.
out there. I didn't hear. What did you say?
I said 2% of the raised.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So if
And
I
the
have 1
DAO,
million token, you don't take 2% of the whole supply. You take
no.
2% of what I raise in
Yeah, yeah,
the
exactly.
pre-sale.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And a smart contract basically regulates that, ensures that token dumping cannot be possible.
And then you said also you have free AMAs for those token. Where do you
Yeah,
do them and where does it happen?
yeah, we have a Telegram um channel where we do AMAs for free. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some paths do like paid AMAs. We're a bit more like trying to help the little guys again, so we try our best to do what we can for free, um, and just try to be a standard in the space. So we're
So every project that launch um, has the opportunity to come and have an AMA with you.
only KYC projects. So because of the amount of
Okay.
scams that happen, we had no
Mm-hmm.
choice but to do KYC.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All
And we're
right.
trying to also get into Twitter spaces as well to see how we can, accommodate a lot of these KYC projects, an opportunity to just have their voice be heard, their project be heard. And um and we're looking for people who are willing to host. So Mary, if you
Mm-hmm.
are interested, let me know.
Oh, so you are my community manager and I can be your host. That's good.
Give and take, give and take.
Give and take. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's talk after. No,
Okay.
but seriously, also then I have the AMA with you, and then I launch, and then no, I pre-sale and then the launch also. Maybe then on wherever
Yeah,
I want
what
to have
what
that on
what
PancakeSwap
we
or.
try to tell like the project owners is uh yes, we provide free kind of marketing campaigns where we can, but at the end of the day, that's not gonna be enough. You
No,
have
exactly.
to really build out your own community yourself. You have to put in the effort. You know,
Hmm. And do you
some
provide
of
any help there? Do you have like people or staff that helps new projects if they want to? Like, do you have packages for that or?
yeah, we have the bronze, silver, and gold packages at the moment.
Okay.
The bronze one is completely free for anyone who KYCs. Um, and then the silver and the gold, we're trying to find partners that are willing to be part of the package as a group package so that
Hmm.
they can do a simple buy of the silver and gold package to kind of do a lot of shilling and marketing and all of that stuff, whether that's from Reddit to 4chan to Telegram to Twitter, lots of different stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
but at the end of the day, I think a lot of people they need to look at their community and really be unbiased towards how many people are actually in their community before they start doing a
Yeah.
pre-sale.
Lots of
Uh,
bots in many communities. That's true.
yeah, I don't know what happened, but in like the last 1 year, there's been like an exponential growth in the amount of bots in Telegram, especially. Like
Yeah. I
it's
think people
just
look too much at the numbers instead of the content, what's really happening and what they bring out the community. So maybe maybe that will change when people realize numbers isn't everything. Anyway,
Mhm.
is there something else to say about the launch? Yeah, I have a question about the revenue that you get and the 2% of the tokens and what happens with that? Is it going back to the holders of your coin? Because we forgot to mention that you also have a coin called Sale, right?
right.
Or a
And
token.
one of the things we did early was create a staking mechanism for sale token,
Okay.
and our our objective was to uh provide tokens that we earned to these holders, so the holder can just buy sale token instead of trying to ape into every pre-sale that they see. And I think there were some challenges there. So we dropped the staking and we're bringing it back after a while now. So our goal, and there's legal issues with that as well, but I'm not gonna go into the legal issues. Uh, but I think moving forward for the sale token, we're going to bring staking back, and we're bringing a lot of utility into the staking. Sorry, with the sale token across our platform. So for DXMint, DxSale, DXLog, there's going to be like extra incentives for people who are sale holders and are staking. They get access to early stuff, things like that. The NFT brawler stuff, there's gonna be more incentives there. So we're trying to create like a how do I explain it? Like a modular, infinitely scalable staking mechanism that provides value, like extra value to people who are staking across every application we build today and tomorrow. So that's kind of the vision for DX staking. I think we're very excited of what we want to do with the SEAL token. We've been thinking about a lot of different areas on how to incorporate it for a year now. And I think we finally um, reached a place where we are very satisfied about it. So I think a lot of people are going to be very surprised about what we do with the SEAL token.
Nice. So is there a minimum amount that you have to hold then to be eligible for these things that
Yeah,
you just mentioned?
there's gonna be like different tiers. We're gonna do like animal tiers, like monkey, like a doge, monkey, whale, stuff like that. And then based on the tier that you're in, you're gonna get different incentives
Okay.
um, throughout the different products that we have,
Hmm.
essentially.
Hash, I hear from some people that some people can't hear you, but they can hear me. Can we do like, can I, if I mute you and then unmute you again and see if it helps, or if you leave and come back? Is that
Yeah,
okay for you?
sure. Yeah, I can leave and come back.
Okay. So I'll just sing a song while we wait for Hash to come back. No, kidding. Hey guys, think about really good questions for Hash. We're gonna unmute a few people soon that can ask. No internet question, just good questions, okay? I mean, no copy paste questions. It has to be about DxSale, or I will mute you again. Thumbs up, great. So Hash is back. Oops. There you go, Hash. Let's see if you can be heard for everyone now.
Hey, mic check. Can everyone hear me?
Check, check.
Check, check.
Let's see. Can he thumbs up if you can hear Hash, guys? Great, lots of thumbs up now. Thumbs down if you can't hear him. No thumbs down. All good now. Yeah, cool. Great. All right, so let's move on. I cut you off before you were talking about the other three, the mint, the lock, and the drop. And the lock we have mentioned already, but I won't stop you now. Now you can tell me about the other three.
Yeah, the lock is a simple way for you to lock your tokens or your liquidity lock. If you have liquidity tokens that you wanna lock to get like some assurances from your community, that's always good. And if you have a very hard time holding on to your coins because you're very speculative and you just wanna lock something for a while, you can also do that. And I think that's just the basic principle of what we have for lockers at the moment. Um,
And is it true also if you lock your token, or you can also do the vesting, right?
yeah, you
Is
can
that
do.
the same, or is it?
Yeah, so we have a lot of additional features with it. Investing is there, or transferring ownership is there as well now. We also
Okay.
have DX drop, and from there we made it very easy for people to like airdrop different type of tokens as well. We have suggested tokens as well, and you can do over 500 addresses, I think, at once if you want. Um, so we're thinking about different tools to add into this.
And if you have a revenue token, you can have it vested, but you still get the revenue out
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah, that's true. That's correct. Yeah,
I don't think many do that, or any other.
yeah, not many
I'm
do
not
that,
sure
and
though.
I think that's one of the big quality of our lockers is um, if you have that baby token that gives ADA, the locker will receive the ADA, but you can always take out the ADA from from the lock
Mm-hmm.
itself as well.
That's a good feature. And also, sorry, I forgot to tell the people in here that it's only educational purpose we talk about here and no financial advice. So do your own research.
Yeah, don't buy sale token at all.
Only if you really want to. Where can you buy the sale token now?
I think we're only on Uniswap and PancakeSwap at the moment.
Okay.
I think after staking gets launched and we actually try to figure out this tier system that we're doing with a lot of utility across each app. From there, we're gonna see how we can actually find ways to get it traded on other areas as well. It's tricky now because a lot of centralized exchanges, you know, with the FTX, there's not a lot of trust there. So it's very hard to tell which ones are reliable. Yes, there's proof of concepts. I mean, proof of what did they call it? Proof of reserves. Um,
Mhm.
but it's a snapshot, and I think it can be like you know faked in a way. But let's see.
Probably.
Yeah.
But what is the utility for the sale token? Where did it first? Did it launch at the same time? How long ago did you launch that your own token?
Yeah, I think it launched. Yeah, it launched in August 2020. We launched it on Uniswap on
Oh, at the
Ethereum
same time.
Chain. Yeah, same time. And I think we wanted to bring some utility to it while building out the platform because everyone was like, "Why isn't the platform ready in month one?" So we're like, "Okay, let's
Yeah.
create some staking, something to give these guys a little bit of, patience." So we created something.
To shut them up,
Yeah.
you mean?
So we created staking.
So you can work in peace.
Pretty much. Thankfully, we had 3 months of like deadness because everyone had left and we were still working on the platform. And that's the thing. People need to just not give up. I think people give up too quickly because the community has left. Um,
Hmm.
so we did staking, but then when we launched the platform itself, we had to remove staking for a technical reason. And because of that, right now we don't have any utility for the sale token. Like, I'll be completely honest,
Ah, okay,
there
okay.
is no utility at the moment, and that's what 2023 is about. Is V4 is very special because we got rid of a lot of technical depth. What that means is like, since 2022, like I mentioned, we weren't expecting so many people to create so many sales at once. We didn't really account for that. And because of that, we
Hmm.
had to do a lot of technical quick building during this like wave of people flooding into the platform. And we ignored a lot of like core principles technically from a web development point of view. Now we've kind of caught up from all of that. So the architecture was completely redone for V4. What this will do is it will allow us to build faster throughout V4 and V5. So that's one of the things that we've done. And then the second thing we're going to do across 2023 is focus on bringing more utility to the sale token. So those two
So
things.
I have a suggestion for utility for you
Yeah, sure.
to give some revenue back from the money you earn from
Yeah.
all the
So
listings or no, all the
so
sales.
here's what I've been thinking as well is the challenge was always around the tokens. So I'm wondering, what if we just provide people with native tokens instead? So you earn like piece of like BNB or piece of ETH based on
Yeah.
where you stake. And that's another challenge is I think originally we had this pipe dream um of staking of having seal token across multiple chains, one supply but on multiple chains, and you can stake your sale on any of these on any of these chains, and based on the chain that you stake in, you will earn the benefit of that chain. But if you think about it, right, from a user point of view, that's a bit silly
Yeah.
so it's like, how do we solve that problem? And that's a very chain link.
But this is the lottery in or lottery. This is like crypto. Crypto is like that. You never know if you buy Shiba when it was like zero
Yeah,
point something very low. You bought it for
yeah,
a little money.
yeah.
You could be
It
very,
it,
very
it is
rich because it
it is
just
that
mooned the hell
gambling.
out of everyone else.
Yeah,
But you never know that. You can't really predict that. But Ethereum and BNB are two kind of like,
yeah, and most likely people would bet, stake there anyways. So they probably wouldn't stake in something like, you know, I don't know,
they
KCP.
usually move together up or down, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Trying to figure out what other ways, but I think that's the main thing. At the end of the day, people wanna make money. So how can they make money without risking as much? And I think that's a great way, invest in DxSale. Therefore, anything that launches on DxSale, you kind of have somewhat of an exposure to that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, I have some questions also from the Twitter space sent to me here now from
yeah, that's good.
Alpha. Let's see. There was someone asking about the DX bridge from Ethereum to BSC. As stated on the DX side, how is the liquidity and gas fee of bridging Ethereum to BSC better than my current service provider?
Yeah, we never really built that out. We realized AnySwap was like miles ahead, and why build the same thing? So we didn't even build the X-Bridge.
Okay, so that's not existed.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
maybe they found these internet guys, they probably found something on the internet about it. So
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, very, very old
Check the
story.
web page when you find, try to find questions, guys, not Google old stuff. So here's another question. I don't know if this is a good one. Does DxSale have any major token integrated to it? Does she mean sale token, maybe? Is there plans or considerations to develop or integrate an NFT marketplace into this project? What are sources of revenue to sustain DxSale? I think we touched on that, but yeah, we didn't. The Mint, DX Mint, has that to do with NFTs? No, it hasn't. Hash?
Sorry, was that a question? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
sorry, I
I'm
spaced
confusing
out.
myself here, I think.
So I think the question is about NFT marketplace. Are we gonna do that? Probably not. There's so many NFT marketplaces in
Yeah.
crypto, uh, and we're very innovative. We don't want to do anything that's already been done anyways. I think um, if you do an NFT marketplace, it'll be very much related to something that we're doing in NFT Brawlers, which is a game. So maybe a game, an NFT gaming marketplace specifically. But again, I think that exists as well. So it needs to be very,
Yeah, I think so.
very, differentiating, unique, and innovative for us to justify such a big project.
But what you said in the beginning about this, where you can take any NFT and use it, that's new, I think.
Yeah,
I could be
that's
wrong,
not
but I
that's
think
not
so.
been done to the scale that we want to do it at. And
Mm.
what that would do is it would bring people together. I think that's the biggest problem in crypto in general. If you like Ethereum, you cannot like Bitcoin. If you like Cardano, you cannot like Ethereum. And if you like certain
Why?
NFT, if you like NFTX, you cannot like NFTY. And it's just like, no, we're all in it together. Let's grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
So
We're just a very few people uh, comparing to the whole world still that use crypto. So we should
Yeah,
stick together. That's what I
yeah,
always say. So
absolutely.
I have another question here, and I wanted to get to this eventually anyway. So they're asking about V4. So let's dig into that a little bit. What is the biggest update and what will bring and new features for users that will be added to your platform, and what impact will this amazing update have on DxSale's operability?
Yeah, so I think there was a recent Medium article. Anyone that's listening, go to, twitter.com/DxL. You
Mm.
can find the Medium article there that kind of goes over all of the, every little detail about the V4 feature list. But from a high level, I think, the UI and a lot of things under the hood that just, makes things faster, makes things smoother. I think that was
Mm-hmm.
that was a big one for us. We added something called MyDX. It's a new way for anyone to just look at all of your mints, your sales, your logs in one place, and you can
Okay.
manage it in one place. So it's like mission
Is it like a
control.
platform or a wallet or?
No, it's a product within the DX.app platform. So you have
Okay.
DxSale, DxDrop, and then you have something called MyDX now. And what all of that does is it brings everything that your wallet has done into one place, so you can manage it. So it's a nice way to see a bit of everything. And
That's
I
good.
think another one is the fair launches. That's pretty much already known in the space. We
Yeah, you
added it.
talked about Overflow, a new
Yeah,
one
yeah,
that's called Overflow.
yeah.
Tell us about that.
Overflow is like what Binance Launchpad does. You can put in, you can contribute much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's about the number of people, and then that, based on the number of people, it gets divided into um, how much tokens you will receive.
Okay. That already exists also, right?
Yeah,
I think I've
yeah,
been in one of those somewhere
yeah,
else.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it exists. I think it's a.
I don't
I,
understand why it's so why it's so popular, really, though.
I think it's a really nice way for users. Again, it's a bit of that hype thing. When something is popular, everyone kind of just hops on it. But I think this one allows you to have a lot more fairness. Like there's no whales that's gonna dump on the other guys, and I think that's very attractive in this space. So you don't have one
Everyone
person.
can participate, no
Yeah,
matter how much.
yeah,
But the ones who comes first, do they get more, or does everyone get the same amount of tokens to the same amount of price then, or?
yeah. Everyone gets the same amount of tokens. But the
Oh, because
person
that's why
who,
people in the end, the big ones comes in at the
yes,
end and just
yes,
okay.
and it can go overflowing the hard cap as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I think aside from that, there's been a lot of upgrades. Like the dashboard is the big one. The dashboard is new because we showcase all 16 chains on one page and showcase all of the running pre-sales on one page. So I think that gives
Okay.
a lot of people like an idea of what different pre-sales are happening across any of these chains, regardless of what chain
That's
they're
good.
connected on. So we wanted to really push this narrative of you can launch on multiple chains, and I think the more chains that get populated with different projects, the better. And I think that's really good for crypto in general, and I think that's what we're trying to do to try to push the space.
Hmm. It says on your webpage that you have like 1 billion plus locked.
Yeah, I think that was during bull run, all-time high probably. Right now it's probably much lower.
Ah, okay.
Um, But yeah, there was a point where we crossed, and I think someone else tweeted that. We didn't even know about it. We got this random tweet where we got tagged that we had 1 billion TVL, and I was like, okay, great.
That's
Binance,
a lot.
please look at us.
Yeah. All right. Is there something else you want to mention, Hash, if you were me, what would you ask yourself?
I would say, well, I don't know what I would ask myself. But I would say check out our Telegram channel, check out our community. Ask questions on how you can get started. Everything is free to use. So, dabble in it. Maybe you'll get excited and you'll come up with the next big idea to push crypto, to the next stage. And I think that's what we
Yeah.
need. We need a lot of people try to be innovative and try to create more ideas.
So
And
if anyone in here feel very innovative and have ideas, can they reach out to you and
yeah,
talk with
absolutely.
you? Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
bring more people onto your team, or how does that look?
Yeah, I've even done incubation sessions where I will bring multiple people together, and they will just talk to me about their ideas, right? And I will try to help them improve their ideas based off the knowledge that I have about blockchain use
Mm-hmm.
cases. So I'm a very open and collaborative person. So just reach out to me. I try my best
Sounds
to
good.
try and help everyone out, to try and find their passion with their idea and try to, get them to raise money, right? And I think it's so much easier now than it was in 2017. So,
Yeah.
and even then,
Great.
I think there's a lot of opportunity for anyone that's looking to start something in this space.
So I see so many hands up here. This is more than usual. So should we take some questions, you think?
Yeah, yeah,
Hash,
absolutely.
what's your time schedule? I forgot to ask you this. Time flies when you have so fun and
Yeah,
so
I
interesting
think I'm
conversations.
I'm free for another 30 minutes. It's 11
Oh,
a.m.
great. I love that. So let's have some questions up here then. I'm going to unmute a few people. We have Matt up here soon, and then after Matt we'll take, let's see. Oh, they're flying around here. Are you with us, Matt?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, guys.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year. What is your question for
Happy New
Hash?
Year. Firstly, just great on the update because I'm just really happy to finally have a dark mode on the site. It's so much easier on the eyes. What I wanted to ask about, which is mainly a problem in bull runs when you've got a really sort of hyped pre-sale. On, let's say, certain other launch pads, a lot of people seem to spot the pre-sale by just sending their contributions straight to the contract address and sort of bypassing the DApp, so the people trying to do it properly kind of lose out. Is there anything sort of DxSale can do on their launchpad to kind of stop people sending straight through to the contract, so you have to do it through the DApp, so it's a bit fairer?
Yeah, there's some ideas that we had, like some of them was capture, things like that to reveal the contract address. So there's been thoughts about it. Apparently, like people who are very sophisticated, they'll still figured out a way to snipe. I think they call it sniping, I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But let me make a note of that to see like what we can do around that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they do it. I'm guessing they must schedule like so that literally at 1 second past the pre-sale start, it just
Here's the tricky part, because they can manually go as a human to copy the contract address like a day prior, right? And then just give it to their script and tell the script that at this time, start sending a shit ton of BNB or whatever. Like, it's a very tricky problem, actually.
Would there be a way of maybe, rather than having, say, the pre-sale contract and then obviously people can send to that, is there any way of kind of like hiding that between another contract within DxSale so they have to go through the DApp where that pre-sale contract's hidden and then sort of internally DxSale then forward that contribution? Or
Yeah, like a proxy contract that they
Yeah.
contribute to, and that just figures out where it should send it to based off. Yeah, that's a good idea as well. Actually, the proxy contract can actually check if it's another contract is if the BNB is coming from another contract or is it coming from a wallet, and then you run into another problem because I think wallets can also be scripted as well. Okay, I'll take this one away and then I'll add it to our development team, brains, so to see if they can figure out a way to at least reduce it. I think that's our key thing here is we can't probably stop a lot of the stuff, but maybe we can probably reduce it as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean that would be a great one. Just so it's mainly a ball run issue, I guess, but it just makes things, I suppose, fairer. And I don't know, it might be something ahead of the other launch pads that way.
No, of course, thank you. And yeah, any kind of other suggestions, do let me know. Very open to adding new features and stuff like that.
Great, Matt, you're hired.
Well, on this or Mary coin?
Both.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
The
Bye,
double-edged
Matt.
sword.
Thank you.
It's a blessing in disguise sometimes.
Well, I also unmuted Bluebird. You're up next, Bluebird. What is your question to Hash? And Happy New Year to you too. You have to unmute yourself, Bluebird. There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Okay. So my question is, do you guys have any plan to provide more services or products in the future? If yes, what are they and how will you contribute?
Yeah, I think the next product is NFT brawlers. That we're looking to do something away from DeFi. Where you can bring your NFTs. On your profile it says you're a NFT collector. So imagine you collected an NFT and you don't know what to do with it. It's just there for either buying or selling, and you can just inject that NFT into a game and play with that NFT. That NFT becomes your character that you can play with. So that's kind of what we're trying to do with our next thing. Hopefully it does something with the market.
Great, thank you. I unmuted Vintage. You
Okay,
have a question, Vintage.
can you hear
Happy
me?
New Year.
Okay, so my question is you mentioned earlier that you have this marketing strategies to create exposure of a project. So can you just please explain to us some of the marketing strategies you may have in place?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the common ones, like we have different packages. You can go to Telegram DxSale to get an idea of those packages and what they provide. For the copper one, and it's free for anyone who does a KYC. You can get AMAs done. You can get a bit of graphics done for free, and you can get Reddit posting done for free. So it's not a lot, but it is free that we're providing, and it does cost us money to provide that. And then we have the silver and copper packages where we have other third-party AMAs involved. We have third-party kind of promotional services, whether that's Telegram promotion or Twitter promotion. So I think the best way to get that information is by going to Telegram DxSale. Make sure there's a verified icon beside DxSale so that you're not at a scammer group. And then
Okay,
ask the
thank you. So
question there about yeah.
okay, so can I ask another question?
Yeah, sure.
Please, do you have any plans for NFT integration later in the future?
Yeah, NFT where we don't have directly. We might do our own mint in the future for NFTs, but I think we're focusing more on creating a game that facilitates and empowers NFTs.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Great. I unmuted also North. No, not North. Sorry. Who did I unmute?
Hello, it's Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa.
Happy New Year.
Sorry, North. Grandpa, what is your question? Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. So, my question is that we know the success of a project on a launchpad is like how will I say it? The success of a project on a launchpad is determined by the project itself. So, I would like to know: is there like a mechanism or a system where you vet each project before coming to your launchpad in order to protect your investors?
We provide like a DYOR area, like do your own research area. We don't do any kind of vetting at the moment. In the future, we are looking into, finding a mixture of centralized and decentralized launchpad where we can try to find work with like Y Combinator or things like that, to see if we can figure out a launchpad mechanism where it is a bit more vetted, but at the moment it's all decentralized. There's no vetting. There's KYC that gets done, and that's about it.
Okay, that's very interesting. My last question is regarding onboarding, because we know like onboarding users is one of like major challenges projects are facing. So I would like to know, like, is there any plans you have in order to make onboarding even non-crypto users into the Web3 in general?
Yeah, I don't think they will be our main target audience, because people who are joining crypto, the last thing you want them to do is try to buy a very speculative cryptocurrency. So like if we had like a swap where we just wanted them to easily buy, Ethereum using their fiat, I think that's a viable use case. But for us, maybe entrepreneurs that don't exist in crypto, maybe they want a way to quickly build, a token or a project. I think that might be a very good use case. So in terms of onboarding, I don't think we had any issues. I think a lot of people know we do exist. I think the problem is project owners, they tend to choose other launchpads over us because of the lack of services that we may provide, or because we haven't really been upgrading our platform as much as we would have liked. So I think we start